Warning. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it is usually the butts. No, but seriously, viewer discretion is advised.
And so, this is where our story begins.
There once was a little boy who always dreamed of becoming a famous hero. However, today is his older sister's birthday, and so he is asked to go do some tasks to earn enough money to buy her a present. Unfortunately, after completing this task, his hometown of Oakvale is raided by a group of brain-dead bandits. While some assume that it was Twinblade that carried out the raid, it turns out that it was actually a creature that is even more villainous than the Bandit King himself.
Man, I must have fell asleep from all of that indiscriminate killing of innocent villagers. It does get quite tiresome sometimes. That being said, now I have an even bigger problem. Like, who do I pin all of this on? I can't let a minor infraction like this ruin my spotless reputation. Someone like him. Yes! I will make it look like he did it!
Oh, what? Were you expecting the story? My, an eager one, aren't we? Allow me to establish things first. As you know, the hero of Oakvale's entire village got absolutely wrecked by Jack of Blades and his gaggle of bandit minions. As far as we are aware, they completely owned his father and his pet dog. Poor little thing, anyways. With that fiery motivation burning in his belly that we call revenge, the hero of Oakvale trains to become a freelance adventurer, up until the point that he meets Twinblade. It is here that he finds out that the Bandit King, Twinblade, was not the mastermind behind the destruction of his hometown, by his older sister Teresa no less. Oh, how the plot thickens. But you might remember, we also saw the legendary Bandit King known as Twinblade during the night of the raid. This begs the question, will Jack of Blades use this information to his advantage to frame Twinblade for the raid on Oakvale? Can the hero of Oakvale defend Twinblade from such chicanery? Will anyone ever find out about Jack's involvement? Who the hell is this Slippin' Jimmy anyways? And more importantly, where do I fit in all of this? I am a part of this episode. Right?
Hero! That's Chief Mays, head of the Attorneys Guild, to you, laddie. Anyways, I am glad to see that I made it on time. I have to say, Hero, I am impressed. Or should I be calling you Mr. Chicken Chaser? Not everyone takes on a serial murder trial, with numerous other offenses, right off the bat like this. It really does say a lot about you, and your client as well. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? I see. Well, that's news to me.
I don't want to go like this. I was a hero once too, you know.
Hero? By any chance, is that your client screaming over there?
The bandits will never follow me now. Isn't that punishment enough?
Huh. It kind of sounds like he wants to die.
Guild puppet! Come on, man, I am so guilty. Tell them I am guilty. Give old Twinblade the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. I will serve Scorm if I have to. Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without Teresa by my side. I can't! Who would burn down your hometown and kill both of your parents, Hero? Not only that, but who would be heartless enough to pin all of this on me? When I find out who they are, I'm going to keep their head and mount it as a trophy in my camp. They will rue the day, I tell ya.
Objection!
Meanwhile, in the town of Bowerstone.
Court is now in session for the trial of the Bandit King, Twinblade.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Speak up, boy. This isn't a silent movie. I am old, and my hearing is not what it used to be.
I am up against a noob who can't even speak. This should be like taking candy from a baby. My favorite way of obtaining it, might I add.
Ah, yes. How could I forget? You're Chicken Chaser, the new public defender here in Bowerstone, aren't you? Also, are those weapons that you are carrying on your back? Who gave you permission to enter this facility with those things? You have a right to defend yourself from bandits and balverines, but you do realize where you are, right? I have guards all over the place. You have no need to defend yourself within these four walls.
That's why I'm here, Your Honor. You see, the poor lad here has silent protagonist syndrome. As the leader of the Heroes Guild, I will act as his interpreter.
What is Maze doing here? I thought he was supposed to be on my side. What is that old fool up to? Never mind. Even the famous Maze can't compete with this Lovecraftian scarecrow.
I see. So my eyes do not deceive me. You are indeed the new boy that was sent here by none other than Maze. He is a great attorney, you know. Unlike anyone else on this godforsaken rock, he actually reads books. You could learn a lot from him.
Thanks.
I already told you, boy. I can't hear a single thing that you are saying. Try speaking up.
What he is trying to say is, "Thank you, Your Honor. Your words of wisdom are ever so graceful." Don't mind him, Your Honor. He is just feeling a little nervous, with it being his first case and all.
I see. Very well. Your conduct during this case will determine the fate of your client. Murder, vandalism, solicitation, and conspiracy are all very serious charges. For your client's sake, I hope that you can control your nerves.
Don't worry, Your Honor. While the boy might be limited in what he can say, I can assure you that he is an ace attorney. He certainly has my seal of approval.
Normally, I would take your word for it, Mr. Maze. But since that argument we had over in your quarters at the Guild of Heroes left me with a sour taste in my mouth, I want to make sure that this lad isn't being pushed into something he can't handle. Does that sound fair to you?
I don't know what our private discussion has to do with the courtroom, but yes, Your Honor. That does sound fair to me.
Very good, Mr. Chicken Chaser. Given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Feel free to start the test, Your Honor. The boy had his Weetabix this morning. I am sure he can handle it.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. And Maze, no assisting him. I want his honest answer. Do you understand?
Oh, you know me, Your Honor. I would never do anything to deceive my fellow heroes. I am loyal to the end. Ha ha ha.
We will start with the first question. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Could you repeat that for me, Maze? I'm pretty sure I just heard him say something like Twinblade.
Very close, Your Honor. His answer was that the defendant is named Twinblade, King of the Bandits.
That is correct. You aren't as stupid as you look. Are you, boy? Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Now on to the next question. This is also a serial murder trial, so tell me, what is the name of the town that was raided?
Hero, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Really? You don't even know the name of the town that you grew up in? Sigh. I think I sense a migraine coming on. Look, the name of the town is listed in the court record. Just press the escape key to check your inventory at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me. Please, I'm begging you.
Did someone say something about begging? You know, I could do with some extra gold. Buy myself some food and a place to sleep.
Will you get out of here, you old peasant? You aren't supposed to be a character in this episode.
Mr. Chicken Chaser, if you could answer my question. What is the name of the town that was raided? Maze, if you could translate that for me. I have no idea what a Coke Vale is.
Oh, very close yet again, Your Honor. What the boy tried to say is that the answer to your question is the small hamlet that was once known as Oakvale.
If that is true, then you have no reason to editorialize anything to me, Mr. Chicken Chaser. I might be a decrepit old man, but I am not stupid, Just give me the answer I am looking for, and we can happily move on from there. Nevertheless, your answer was correct. Now tell me, what was the most common cause of death to the people in that town? My, Mr. Chicken Chaser. I am impressed. You said that answer with such confidence and professionalism that even I could hear you. Very well. You have answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed now after that test. Good for you.
Thanks.
Now then, first a question for the prosecution. Jack of Blades.
What? Sorry, I ended up having a dream about getting my hands on a certain sword. Yes, Your Honor. It is me, the one, the only, the lawyer of lawyers, Jack of Blades.
Very good, Mr. Blades. Now, as Chicken Chaser over here has established, most of the victims were struck with a sharp object. Could you explain to the court just what that object was?
Certainly, Your Honor. This master katana was recovered at the scene of the crime. It was found by Sheriff Dick Gumshoe, no less. I know what some of you are thinking with your filthy minds. Yes, Dick is a name and it's short for Richard, so get over it and stop laughing. Anyways, back to the sword. I think it was found lodged inside of the corpse of some woodcutting loser named Brom. But I will keep my opinions to myself. We are in court, after all.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Hero, be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court.
And don't go pawning them for gold. I know what you adventuring types are like.
Remember, you can use the escape key to look at any of the evidence in your inventory. I mean, the court record.
Order. Court is now in session for the trial of the Bandit King, Twinblade.
Your Honor, we've already passed that part.
What? Oh, yes, very good. Then in that case, Jack of Daggers. Spears. Blades.
Who, me?
Yes, you. The clown wearing the Venetian mask-looking thing. You may call the defendant to the stand.
I swear, someday I am going to get my hands back on that sword of Aeons. Mark my words, William Black. Then, who will be the one in the judge's seat? Me? That's who. Let's see you try insulting me after that. Ha ha
ha. Come now, Jack. I have already explained this to you in a previous episode. Since my soul is bound to the sword of Aeons, I am capable of reading your thoughts. Your thoughts are its thoughts.
Yeah, I get it. My thoughts are its thoughts. Ergo, its thoughts are your thoughts.
You should already know that in a court proceeding, I do not care about your history or your personal vendetta against me. All I want to see is fair justice, plain and simple. Now hurry up and call your witness already before everyone starts asking why we are both just staring at each other and not saying anything.
Fine. I will just get back to the damn case. Dude can't even have some privacy in his own head for crying out loud. Sorry about that, Your Honor. I had a vision about doing good deeds like helping old women cross the road so they can feed some blueberry pies to the wild ducks.
Very good. Now hurry it up already. We haven't got all day.
Right. Calm down. You already lost your soul. You don't want to burst whatever arteries remain in that husk of a shell which you call a body.
That was weird. I wonder if they were talking in each other's heads again.
The prosecution would like to call the defendant, Twinblade, to the stand.
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You will get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready and keep your eyes peeled. Or your ears, rather. Let's just hope that he doesn't say anything, you know, unfortunate.
When do we get to eat in this damn place? I haven't had any red meat in almost half an hour.
Ahem. Mr. Twinblade, is it not true that you have your own bandit camp which is set up just around the corner from the town of Oakvale?
I mean, yeah, so what? I don't see how any of my personal goals and achievements have any bearing on this case.
I mean, your answer was good enough for me. But if you want me to enlighten you, then so be it. How does anyone here know that you didn't just set up that camp in preparation for taking over the town of Oakvale? After all, it is quite the coincidence, or if you prefer, it is the very definition of suspicious.
So what? I united a bunch of bandit clans together, and we all caused some hustle and bustle here and there. But that doesn't make me, personally, some kind of cold-blooded murderer, boy. The rumors about me are only partially true. Yes, I do steal children's pet puppies, but I don't kill them. Even I don't have the stomach to do that to something so defenseless. Look at these arms for Avo's sake. I didn't get them from murdering old ladies. I can tell you that much. I wasn't preparing for a raid on that town. We were just there to be out of the way of the guards. Yeah, it was a strategic move on my part. There is no better way than to be hidden in plain sight. What's it to you anyways, pal? Going on about my secret plans, like it is everyone's business.
The side that is meant to be defending Twinblade doesn't seem to be doing too well in this trial. I wonder if the tables will turn.
Oh, I may have just hurt someone by doing that. Right in the eye as well. Do you think she will be all right?
Oh, that, yeah, that's just Briar Rose. Don't concern yourself about her. I am sure the gods will thank you for it later.
Right. Whatever you say, boss. You are the judge, after all.
Tisk tisk tisk. Twinblade. Everything you just described is what we generally mean when we say suspicious behavior. In fact, it even gives you a motive. The town was prospering, thanks to a local hero named Scarlet Robe. Ah, my dear sweet Scarlet. Ahem. I mean, what was I rambling on about again? Oh yes, rumor has it, she and her entire family had also disappeared on that day. The only person who could have known this information is another hero. And from what I remember, you were also spotted near the town on that day.
So what? All that proves is that I like to go for a walk and stretch my legs without telling any of the boys over at the camp. Those guys work hard and get really drunk, you know. I don't want to disturb them. In fact, I even saved a little girl on that day who claims that you tore out both her eyeballs. The poor kid was having nightmares for years after that. Objection!
Your Honor, I just want to state for the record that everything
That the defendant
is saying is nothing more than hearsay.
lies, all of it.
Nothing more than conspiracy theories and baseless conjecture.
Bring some proof.
Before you start pointing fingers, Twinblade. Your Honor, may I present to you another piece of decisive evidence? A bandit seal. It was found in the middle of the town. These are used by Twinblade's men to allow access into the camp itself. Without one, you can't access the Bandit King's tent.
The color for that thing looks a little bit off. Are you sure that is from one of my men?
Just admit it, this seal is a pass for your bandit camp. If you ask me, that is damning evidence in of itself, but I will give the defense a chance to, well, defend itself.
Indeed, this does appear to resemble a bandit camp seal.
You all just want to see tough old Twinblade go down in flames, don't you? Don't you? And people wonder why I decided to become a bandit. What have the authorities ever done for me? First, the former sheriff kills my father when I was only young. Then, I get arrested for stealing bread because I was a child that had nothing to eat. Hell, those punks have even searched my privately owned tent without a warrant. I swear, there is something up with the Albion guards these days. They've lost their sense of honor and justice. What happened to innocent until proven guilty, huh? Whatever happened to protect and serve?
I mean, personally, I would say that you are innocent until proven guilty. Considering we are giving you a fair trial to actually prove your innocence, rather than acting like absolute barbarians and throwing you straight to the execution block purely because the evidence points directly to you. Just like with any occupation on this floating rock that we call a planet, you can't paint everyone who works there with the same brush. This is my Albion, and in it, I ensure that everyone gets a fair shot at maintaining their freedom.
Personally, I would have followed that up with "This is my Albion. Its cities will bow to my law or they will burn." But hey, to each their own. We can clearly see what kind of person Twinblade was. The convenience that comes from the location of his bandit camp, and even his own alibi suggests he was there on the day of the raid. Tell me, Twinblade, are you up for admitting to the crime now? Or do we have to keep playing this game of...
Hero, I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Man, I could really go for some red meat and a pint of beer right about now. Objection!
Starting to grow some balls, are we, boy? Not bad for your first trial. Fine, I will back off. For now.
No, but seriously, guys. Are we going to eat something soon? The only thing they serve in the detention center is this gray, gooey stuff that I am pretty sure is classified as a sentient life form at this point. Even my swords can't stomach that stuff, and they can eat anything.
As much as I would like to go for a nice piping hot blueberry pie right about now, I am afraid I have to call my first real witness, someone who claims that they saw you on the day of the raid.
All right, Hero. This is your first witness testimony. Jack is going to call upon a witness to the stand so that they can talk about what they heard or saw. It is your job to pull the testimony apart, faster than a Balverine can make giblets out of human meat. Look for contradictions in the witness's statement to the court. No matter who they are, if you press them hard enough, they are bound to slip up eventually and give you some extra information that you can use as ammunition.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. That is what I'm here for.
The prosecution would like to call its first witness to the stand. He is a well-known trader around Barrow Fields and Oakvale called Murgo.
Very well. Warden, if you could take Twinblade back to his seat and tell our first witness, a Mr. Murgo, that the court is ready for him.
Twinblade, you may be a giant man, but disobey me and I will destroy you however I can. Are we understood?
Yes, Warden. Show me the way to my seat already. I forgot which one it was.
Wicked, stellar, groovy. I mean, good. Follow me then, sir, if you would.
Why? Everyone in here looks so down. What's wrong? Did you not get the best discounts on your apple pies and health potions?
Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food? Hey! What? Are you just going to ignore me now? Listen here, you worthless bowl of hob excrement. I raised you like I was your father. I gave you food, a place to sleep, connections to friends. You owe everything to me. Now do everyone a favor and listen to me for once in your sorry excuse of an existence. Oh, and don't forget to like and comment on this video if you are enjoying it so far. Or subscribe to the Avarice YouTube channel to stay up to date with any new episodes we release. Your contribution helps the show out a lot. So, thank you.
If the witness could state his name and profession for us, please.
Don't tell me that you haven't seen my advertisements on television. Why, I am the amazing Murgo the Trader. I not only established Barrow Fields, but I even founded my own company known as the Murgo Trade Emporium.
The words Murgo and Trader would have sufficed, but whatever.
Indeed. Witness. Mr. Murgo, was it? Please refrain from answering beyond the question. Clean and concise answers will do.
So tell me, Mr. Murgo, were you in Oakvale during the day of that awful bandit raid on the town?
Oh yes, I was. You see, in order to get the best deals, I have to travel all over Albion. It just so happens that I was at Oakvale on the day in question.
There you go, Your Honor. This man meets all the prerequisites that qualify as a valuable witness to the crime, with none of that who shot John bullshit.
Very well. I see no issue here. Mr. Murgo, please, if you could tell the court what exactly it was that you saw on the night of the raid. Oh, and Jack, if you could use less curse words whilst you are in here. It is not good courtroom etiquette to cast a hex on everyone in your current vicinity, or ever for that matter.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. It won't happen again.
So, like I told all of you before, I come from the fabled lands of Barrow Fields, but we don't get many people who stay there often. It's usually Oakvale this, Oakvale that. So from time to time, I make my way to the town of Oakvale, just to see if I can sell any of my wares there. After all, if you can't beat them, then you might as bloody well join them. It was there that I met some weird kid who looked like he was unable to speak. He always had this weird blank stare, like he was on blue mushrooms or something. Anyways, this freaky little weirdo managed to do some deeds around the town to earn himself 3 gold pieces, which he then used to buy a box of chocolates off me to give to his sister as a birthday present. And the rest, I guess, is history.
Mr. Murgo.
Yes, Sonny?
Don't you yes-sonny me, you pathetic little insect.
Whoa, whoa! Calm down, my good man. One love and we are all one with Albion and the universe and all of that hippie stuff. Maybe you are the one who needs to get a hold of some blue mushrooms, you know, to help you chill the fuck out. I know these 2 trader blokes in Lookout Point who can hook you up if you are interested.
Just tell us what happened during the raid already.
Oh yes, the raid. How could I possibly forget the most traumatic part of the entire day? Are you sure you don't want any blue mushrooms? My friends have been getting less customers ever since Lady Grey made them illegal to distribute.
Mr. Murgo, please move this along. Maze has violin practice in 3 hours, and I imagine he doesn't want to be late.
Damned straight, Your Honor.
Fine, fine. I will revise my damn testimony to only mention the bandit raid. Man, I never knew being a hero also meant being a total and utter killjoy. Right. So, after that strange boy purchased a box of chocolates from me, I saw him run up the hill that was directly in front of me. It wasn't long after that when I saw this giant of a man come from the exact same direction. This behemoth was like nothing you have ever seen before. Large, broad shoulders, arms thicker than your head, and swords which dwarfed even the strongest of men. I mean, the dude was clearly compensating for something. Anyways, he hit, and he slammed, and he punched, and he slashed, and he cut. This man, if you can even call it that, was just mowing down villagers and steamrolling the guards. None were safe in his path. He was like an unstoppable force of nature. Do.
All right, you can stop that now.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Murgo. Since you clearly lack the mental capacity to realize that you were supposed to say it in your testimony, I will ask you instead, is the man that you saw on that day in this very courtroom?
Yes, he is that giant bandit fella right over there. 3 Blades, or whatever his name was.
You see, Your Honor, this witness has an airtight alibi. His description is, well, very descriptive, and he is even a renowned philanthropist. There is no reason, from what I can see, for why this court wouldn't trust the statements of this man.
Which one is my left hand again? It's the one on the left, right?
I stand corrected.
Indeed. While this person's intelligence could be called into question, we cannot argue that what he stated in his testimony is a potential scenario for the case. I will allow it.
Hero, don't tell me you are throwing in the towel already. You have only just started playing the game. You have only just started the trial. This isn't the time to get nervous again, lad. The freedom of your defendant rests on your rebuttal to the witness's statements. Unless you are starting to think that your client is guilty? Right. So then there has to be an inconsistency in there somewhere. If this person is lying or withholding information about your client, then it will stick out like a sore thumb in his testimony. Compare it to what we know, and then call him out for it. Don't let misinformation pass through the judge. Also, just so we are clear, you can use the escape key to look at any of the evidence in the court record.
All right then, Mr. Chicken Chaser. While I didn't see anything wrong with those statements, the defense may begin their cross-examination of the witness's testimony.
Hello there, lad. Say, your face looks familiar. Have I seen your ugly mug from somewhere before?
Oh, thank Avo. I am still alive. That damn folder almost made me bleed out. I need to hurry and leave this accursed place before something really bad happens to me. I hate you guys.
Nope, that doesn't ring a bell to me. There are plenty of kids who like to kick big, fluffy chickens, you know. I doubt that you were the only one, sir. Oh, is that you? The same lad from before? The one that had the cute little Jedi Padawan braid in his hair? Wow, I know it has been over 10 years, but I almost didn't recognize you there, Sonny. So, how have things been these past few years? Managed to get a job as a crate carrier yet? Killed any scary creatures on the roads? Perhaps you are courting a lovely woman now. Or man, if that is what you prefer. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that either. I mean, with a face like that, I surely would not be surprised. Well, I would, but I will just keep that to myself. All right, fine. No need to yell at me. I can hear you completely fine from there.
I hate to have to be that guy who has to break up two lovebirds in the moment like this, but we sort of have a trial here, and it needs an ending. So if the defense could hurry it up with the cross-examination, please.
Right. So...
Hold it!
Right, or was it left? Damn, you got me confused now.
Objection!
Your Honor, Mr. Chicken Chaser over here is clearly trying to pull the Chewbacca defense strategy. Just ramble on about a whole bunch of absolute nonsense to distract from the core point, which is that Twinblade was there during the raid.
Objection sustained. Mr. Chicken Chaser, I see no reason for this bizarre line of questioning.
Yeah, you tell him, Your Honor. Now, stop trying to discombobulate my witness with your pointless questions and actually let the man finish his story.
Right. So, after that strange boy purchased a box of chocolates from me...
Hold it!
Come on, Hero. I am not human, and even I know that is such a pointless question to ask. Everybody in Albion knows that the only chocolates that exist are the milk tray ones. You know, with the orange packaging, which has a neat little red bow tied around it. I heard rumors that they might release a mint flavor of chocolate soon, but nothing concrete is confirmed as of yet.
That's them, all right. The finest sweeties in all the land. Well, the only sweets, really.
Mr. Chicken Chaser, if you don't start asking meaningful questions soon, then we will have you held for contempt of court. Do I make myself clear?
Hey, I am meant to be the one who decides if and when that occurs, Mr. Blades.
Quit your whining, Scythe. You haven't been useful since the days of the Old Kingdom. The only thing you are good for now is slamming down that damn gavel.
You have to admit, he sort of makes a good point there, Your Honor.
No comment. Now then, Mr. Murgo, what happened next?
I saw him run up the hill that was directly in front of me. It wasn't long after that when I saw this giant of a man come from the exact same direction.
Hold it!
Yeah, just look at the guy. You think he needs a group of men to follow him into battle? If there was a giant war and 13 Blades was on your side, then you might as well stay at home and eat crumpets all day, because that guy is built like a tank.
Hero, is everything all right? You don't look so good. You know what? Now is probably the best time for me to give you this. Think of it as a deus ex machina.
What a shame.
Why, yes. I actually stole them from Jack. I will explain more about that some other time. Anyways, what is important is that you can use this evidence to discredit the witness. If this autopsy report is accurate, which it should be, then that man is not who he says he is. Oh, you think you may have found a contradiction all on your own. That's superb. I was holding this report back because I wanted to see how well you would do without my help, but it seems I didn't give you enough credit. Well, what are you waiting for then? Have at 'em, boy.
Mr. Murgo, since the defense is done talking to each other now, we no longer have to pretend that we can't hear anything they are saying, so please continue your story. Truthful events of what actually happened. Hehe.
This behemoth was like nothing you have ever seen before. It wasn't long after that when I saw this giant of a man come from the exact same direction. Objection!
What? There is no way.
Uh-oh. It looks like we're screwed.
Order, I said. Order in the courtroom. Mr. Chicken Chaser, what is the meaning of all this ruckus?
I'm not? I mean, of course I am not!
And what exactly are you getting at here, Mr. Newbie? How could I forget all the other bandits? I knew I should have added that into the script somewhere.
What did I say last time, people? I want order in the courtroom. If we have to continue these proceedings without the gallery, then we will. You have all been warned. Mr. Murgo, what is the meaning of this? You do realize that intentionally lying to a courtroom is the worst crime that one can commit.
No, wait, please, Your Honor. Let me revise my testimony again. I will get it right this time. I promise.
That's not how this works, Mr. Murgo. You have to be both honest and forthcoming whenever you are a witness for the court. Because when you lie to me, even just once, I find it harder and harder to buy the rest of the baloney that you are trying to sell me.
Ah, this isn't good.
Don't you dare fucking say it. Don't you dare fucking say it. Don't you dare fucking say it. Don't you dare fucking say it.
You keep saying that this Mr. Murgo is not lying, but then all you keep showing me after that is proof of his deception. So, are you trying to tell me that this guy is not even Murgo, and that the real one actually died during the raid on Oakvale? Yes, you are right, Mr. Chicken Chaser. My apologies. I was blindly jumping to conclusions, wasn't I? Please explain to the court this hypothesis of yours.
Ha-ha! Objection!
Your Honor, just listen to this fool. He has clearly gone mad with all of his theories and hypotheses. If Murgo died during the raid, then how do you explain his very presence in this courtroom? Try explaining that one, Mr. Chicken Chaser. You can stop with the conspiracy theories now, Hero. What you just said is physically impossible. There is no way that this man could have died at the raid on Oakvale and also be here to give a testimony over 10 years later about it. Trust me, this is the real Murgo. I did a background check and I am never wrong.
Objection! Oh, I always wanted to do one of those objectamajiggies. What was I going to say again? Oh, right. Yeah, there is no explainable way for you to prove that I both died during the raid and am still present at this courtroom on this day. Take that! No, don't remind me about that! I want to forget it ever happened! Let me roam this earth in peace, please!
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is making baseless accusations about the prosecution. I say we have them charged for slander, defamation, and of course, blasphemy.
Objection overruled. I believe there is a sufficient amount of evidence for the defense to ask the witness such a question.
The judge has never overruled one of my objections before. This means I'm losing my grip on both the witness and the judge. Damn you, Mr. Chicken Chaser.
Let it be known, I did it for the gold! Oh yes, and one more shameless plug before I go. Don't forget to visit Murgo's Trade Emporium for all of your discounting needs. Alright, I am actually going to meet Scorm this time. See you on the other side, losers.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around why a ghost would take a bribe like that. Doesn't he know that you are unable to take that stuff with you into the afterlife?
Damn it! The defense saw right through my witness, both literally and metaphorically. I bet it was Maze that gave him the updated autopsy report. Damn that old fool. Why can't he just pick a side and stick with it? Now that I think about it, This might be a great time to bring out my secret weapon for this case.
I just want to ask you, Hero, how did you think that would work? Look at you, Mr. Clever Clogs. Maybe I should watch that ghost-busting movie that you are always interested in. I might learn a thing or two.
Not too shabby, Mr. Chicken Chaser. I dare say that I'm impressed, and trust me, that doesn't happen often. And here I thought I was playing a game of 4D chess all on my own. But it seems you are indeed paying attention to my rules. Very well, you may feel the taste of victory, for now. But if I were you, then I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. Okay. Ignore everything that you just saw. That was a bad example of what I was saying. I can't tell if this is all just one big joke or if we managed to somehow tear a hole in the space-time continuum.
Right, well, since Mr. Murgo has been sent back to the ether to meet his maker, I guess he no longer qualifies as a witness in this courtroom.
Damn straight, Your Honor.
Then, in that case, if the prosecution no longer has a sufficient witness to go up against the defense and support their claims, then I am afraid I will have to—
Hold it!
The prosecution is not down for the count just yet, Your Honor. I still have one more trick up my sleeve. Very important witness to call to the stand.
Very well. It is this court's duty to ensure that every valid witness is heard. Mr. Blades, you may call your next witness.
Gladly, Your Honor. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call Maze to the witness stand.
What? He was there too?
Oh, everyone looks surprised by that statement. I guess I could try pretending like I never heard it before. Maze! How could you?
Damn it. I did tell Jack of Blades that I would testify in court for him, but I didn't think he would actually bring it up. I guess that means one thing is for certain. Jack is getting desperate.
Mr. Maze, you are the head of both the Heroes Guild and the Attorneys Guild, are you not?
Why, yes I am. Most people think it is that tough old Guildmaster that runs the show, as Whisper would call it. But in reality, I have the final say on what we do as a collective community.
I am not interested in your life story, Maze. If you need someone to talk to, then seek a therapist. All I ask is that you answer the questions.
Yes, Master. Mr. Prosecutor, Jack, sir.
Mr. Maze, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the raid.
I remember on that particular day, I had told the Guildmaster that I was going to Oakvale to grab a pint of beer. After making my way through Darkwood, which was only brief, mind you, being the strongest will user of your time has its perks, you know? I could see the hot flames burning all the way from Barrow Fields. I entered the town to see what was going on, and if it was possible for me to help someone. On my way inside, that is when I saw him. Twinblade. I found it odd that he was all alone. I later returned to the Guild of Heroes so that I could report everything that I saw to the Guildmaster.
Hold it! Oh, no.
What do you mean?
Objection!
Your Honor, we aren't even at the cross-examination yet. What is the defense doing?
I will be honest, I'm not quite sure, but I will allow it anyways. Mr. Chicken Chaser, please, go on with what you were saying.
I thought you said that you wanted a fair trial.
Will you grow up? You aren't achieving anything by this.
Poppycock! I follow the rules for once in my life, and look where it leads me. This whole thing is rigged, I tell you. Rigged.
The court would ask that the prosecution keeps his opinions to himself. They serve no relevance to this case.
I hate you, William Black.
That's better. Now, Mr. Chicken Chaser, if you please.
Ow! Why did you do that? That is assault, right, guys? Gasp! Damn you, hero! I mean, what are you talking about? My testimony was good.
Objection!
You're talking a whole lot of shit for someone who claims to have a point. Well then, Chicken Chaser, where is your proof? Can you prove this supposed flaw in Maze's testimony?
Mr. Wright, Mr. Chicken Chaser, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, that, yeah, I was going to get to that, I swear.
Maze, is this true? Did you leave this part out of your testimony? It sounds like a very significant event within the story. A one that paints you in a positive light, no less.
I didn't really think it was that important to mention, you know?
Damn you, Chicken Chaser. I never thought you would be so bold as to use yourself as evidence. At this rate, Maze is going to crack and admit to everything.
Mr. Maze, please change your testimony to include this new information. Don't leave anything out, you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. I will include as much information as I can. You see, there was once a Mr. Maze and a Mrs. Maze. They both loved each other so much that they had a child. That child was named Maze.
Objection! Mr. Maze, that is not what the court meant when it asked you to include everything.
Yeah, Maze. Get with the times. It is all about that raid on Oakvale, which happened like 10 years ago at this point.
All right. I will only talk about what happened during the raid. Let me revise my testimony again. I remember on that particular day, I had told the Guildmaster that I was going to Oakvale to grab a pint of beer. After making my way through Darkwood, which was only brief, mind you, being the strongest will user of your time has its perks, you know? I could see the hot flames burning all the way from Barrow Fields. I entered the town to see what was going on, and if it was possible for me to help someone. On my way inside, that is when I saw him. Twinblade. I found it odd that he was all alone. Eventually, I stumbled upon a house that was located at the top of the town. As I made my way up the hill, I noticed one of those ruffians. It was a bandit who was hell-bent on attacking the boy. I quickly killed the bandit by using the lightning spell that I have maxed out. Once I knew the coast was clear, I reached my hand out to the boy. In doing so, I could cast a teleportation spell that got us both away from there. After I introduced myself to the boy, we both went to the Guild of Heroes. This is where I reported everything that I saw to the Guildmaster.
Take that!
See, Mr. Chicken Chaser? Maze's testimony is spotless. I can guarantee you that there is not a shred of doubt which could be torn from the edges of his words.
Honestly, I don't even know why I bother anymore. At this point, the story practically writes itself without any of my guidance whatsoever. I try to add these pockets of surprises, these plot twists and intricate backstories, and yet the main character won't even do a damn thing that I tell him. So what's the point? If anything, I would probably feel more pride and accomplishment if I just chewed on a rock. At least then, I would actually be getting somewhere with my life. Here, I'm just another underling, not only forced to be a part of the story, but I literally made it myself, and yet I can't even be the main character. Like, what is up with that? I mean, in the original Fable, I am pretty much nowhere to be seen after this cutscene, which sort of implies that I got fucking murdered by Jack and his army of demonic jackals. Like, who the hell writes this stuff? Oh wait, that's me. Anyways, my point still stands. All I want is my chance at the spotlight, my chance to show the world that I am not just some defenseless old man. I have powers that you can't begin to...
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
I wonder what that pathetic little hero is thinking now, finding out that the person who saved his life all those years ago is nothing more than a puppet, a tool that is manipulated by me in order to achieve my own goals, my own agenda, and I do it all under the guise of being a noble hero. Fools. Can't they see the mask, the demonic red eyes, the pointy-ass gauntlets? Hell, my outfit shows my ass for Arvo's sake. No hero in their right mind would show their ass in public. Especially not around children.
Oh, yeah.
I stand corrected.
Mr. Chicken Chaser, could you please cross-examine the witness? We've been going on for like an hour now, and I sort of want to wrap things up. I have a busy schedule of not interfering with the storyline whatsoever, and only being referenced based off one decision in Fable 2 that I kind of need to go back to.
So what will you do, little brother?
Try to think, little brother. Why would Maze go to our hometown? I can assure you it wasn't random. It was calculated. It seems you haven't really changed much since we were little kids. Giving up so easily, even though the evidence is staring you right in the face. The reason you feel this way is because you aren't looking at the big picture. Try to think. Why would Maze go to Oakvale? Why would Jack of Blades try so hard to prosecute Twinblade? Then look at the evidence and come to your conclusion. I am not implying anything, little brother. If anything, that is your job. I just act as a catalyst to push the story forward so we can actually reach a conclusion at some point. Anyways, that is all the wisdom I can bless you with for the time being. I have to go now, back to that magical forest with lots and lots of trees that go on forever.
Your Honor, the defense is practically daydreaming at this point. I think he is making it perfectly clear that he doesn't know how to counter Maze's testimony. I say we come to our conclusion now. You know, before he comes to his senses.
As per usual, you make a valid point, Mr. Blades. Very well, Mr. Warden. If you could...
Objection!
I don't like the sound of this.
What? Are you serious? There is no way you can crack through this testimony. It is foolproof.
Hey, that's not a nice thing to say. I saved your life, boy. I can easily snuff it out. Well, no, wait. Give me a moment. I am sure I can explain it.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is clearly grasping at straws. Rather than come up with a coherent argument, they are instead attacking my witness for their serious alcohol and will potion addiction. Doesn't Mr. Chicken Chaser know? Everyone goes to Oakvale for their amazing hops and maize that they grow in the harvest season. I dare say it is the best damn beer in all of Albion. Who wouldn't go through the treacherous depths of Darkwood just for a swig?
Objection!
Hey. No, I swear. All I wanted was some of that delicious Oakvale nectar. Stop asking me these annoying questions. I just want it all to stop. Now.
Your Honor, this man has lost his mind. We all know that Maze went to Oakvale for a pint of beer. There is no need to read any more into it than that. Anything else is merely hearsay. Now hurry up and sustain my objection already.
Hold it!
There is absolutely no way that this newbie connected all the dots together like that.
I am intrigued, Mr. Chicken Chaser. It is indeed a possible theory. After all, trudging through a forest that is infested with bandits, hobs, and balverines for a pint of beer hardly seems reasonable, especially considering Maze can practically teleport anywhere he wants to.
Please, Your Honor, let me revise my testimony one more time. I think I understand where I went wrong.
I am sorry, Mr. Maze, but you know the rules. You can only revise your testimony once in light of new evidence. After that, you are forced to be scrutinized by the defense for as long as they need to.
Man, I am so screwed. Why did I just commit perjury?
I do have one problem though, Mr. Chicken Chaser. By any chance, do you possess any proof to back up your claim?
Ha ha!
This is absolutely ludicrous. I spent my whole career sending heroes, scumbags like Twinblade to Bargate Prison because of my tremendous prosecuting abilities. I have not lost a single case in over a millennium. There is no fucking way I am letting today be any different. Let's see. Who are your witnesses anyways? One of them is your older sister, which is nepotism, and the other one is some dude that you didn't have the balls to murder. So, what? You're going to accuse me, the man who has a legacy stretching further than time itself, over some stupid little rumors? I'm afraid you are going to need more than that.
I am afraid he is right, Mr. Chicken Chaser. This court cannot tarnish and ruin the legacy of a man, purely based off someone else's statements, especially when one of them is the accused. You're going to need something more tangible if you expect to defeat the prosecution.
Take that!
Damn, he's good. I kind of regret training him now. Damn, he is real good. Well, I suppose he was trained by the best defense attorney there ever was.
Damn you,
Mr. Chicken Chaser. I hope Scorn feeds on your bloody gizzards.
Very perceptive, Mr. Chicken Chaser. I never actually thought about the color scheme reflecting the owner of such a facility. But now that you mention it, this makes perfect sense. After all, how else would anyone know what bandit faction you were actually a part of if there wasn't such an obvious distinction?
Yes! Thanks.
Come now, Your Honor. There is no way you can agree with this bullshit... this preposterous story. That bandit camp seal could have been created by anyone. I dare say that I am being framed for a crime I didn't even commit.
While the defense does make a good argument, I have to agree with the prosecution on this one. You could make various theories and explanations for why this bandit camp seal looks the way that it does. If you are able to come up with another piece of evidence that further verifies your claims, then maybe, just maybe, you might be onto something here.
That is your evidence? Claiming that Twinblade wouldn't use a sword like this? If you ask me, it makes perfect sense. He clearly wanted to hide the fact that he was involved. Even a hob huffing lead paint could come to that conclusion. You're really starting to push my buttons, Mr. Chicken Chaser. But fine. I will gain my composure and ask in the nicest way I can when accused of such flimsy accusations. What makes you think that I did all of this? Come now, Mr. Chicken Chaser. There is no way you are going to catch me out on a Freudian slip. I have honed my speech for over a zillion years at this point. I am incapable of such a trivial flaw.
Sorry. Ha-ha!
Just keep your cool, Jack. He is just a young man. He doesn't know what the fuck he is talking about. Okay then, Mr. Chicken Chaser. If you think that I was involved in all this, then prove it. I will even make you a deal. You show me any proof that I was involved, and I will admit to it on the spot. But I have a strange feeling. You might not be able to do that.
Hold it!
Face it, all you are doing is stalling. If you had definitive proof that I committed such a crime, then you would be shouting it from the top of this courthouse.
Objection!
Oh, that. Well, there's a few reasons. That beggar, for example. Yes, that devious trickster probably wanted to get a job. There's no reason to go beyond the surface level with that one.
I don't know. JOB seems almost coincidentally like it is meant to be your initials. I can't see any other reason why someone would engrave such a thing on a sword this proficient, let alone be able to afford one. They are worth like over 10,000 gold coins.
No, I refuse to accept it. There has to be a way to prove my innocence. There just has to be. I tell you what, Your Honor, if I can get another hero to vouch for me, will you consider exonerating me of this stupid accusation?
I mean, if you think it will help your case, I don't see any problem with the...
Oh, shut the fuck up already, Scythe. Can't you see that I am trying to think over here? Right. Let me just scan this crowd. There has to be some loyal minion out there who I can manipulate and take advantage of. Ah, yes, you there! Man with the giant yellow sword.
I think he might be talking about you, big brother.
It definitely seems that way.
Ah, what was your blasted name again? I am pretty sure that it was something ironic, because your favorite spell is lightning. But I can't quite put my pointy metal finger on it. Anyways, that doesn't matter too much. Surely you, my good man, can remember the days when we both fought in the Witchwood Arena. I was by your side every step of the way. I even killed a rock troll in your name. That effectively makes us brothers. Remember.
I'm sorry, Jack. While our loyalty is thicker than water, I'm afraid that this is a fight you are going to have to finish on your own. I simply can't vouch for someone being charged with murder. I might be a bit of a dick, but I am most certainly not a criminal.
Don't do the crime, if you can't do the time, as they say.
What? No! There is no way this is happening. I roam this planet for centuries, changing the course of Albion's history as I see fit, and yet no one has the courage to vouch for me. Pathetic. That's what you all are. Just a bunch of small ants that I wish to crush with the side of my thumb.
You know, Jack, perhaps it could be your lack of loyalty and compassion towards others, which has made you so shunned by your peers. I can't imagine you are that great to have around at a adult party.
Oh, quit your whining, Scythe. What do you know? Tell me, what in Scorm's big toenail has your good-for-nothing arse ever done for the people of Albion, huh?
I mean, there was that one time, long ago, when I went by a different name, and you threatened to destroy the world with the power of the Sword of Aeons.
Oh, get out of here with that bullshit anecdote, Scythe. You don't even have the balls to admit to everyone what your real identity is, which means that as far as we are all concerned, it didn't happen. Fools. You think you have me right where you want me, don't you? I bet you all planned this just to take me down. Well, I won't be having it. There is no way this scarecrow goes down without a fight. Behold.
Jack, why are you carrying around a giant red portable button?
You are right, Maze. This is indeed a non-copyrighted image. I mean a giant red portable button. It is not just any old giant red portable button either.
Is this meant to be some form of new evidence that I was not aware of?
Let us just say that when I inevitably press this button, there won't be any evidence left of all you. I guess you are all going to die anyways. So I might as well enact that typical movie trope as the bad guy and let you in on my diabolical plan. Like I said before, this is no ordinary button. It is actually a button which, when pressed, will start a nuclear launch sequence. For those unfamiliar with what that is, it is what is known as an ICBM, or Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, which I constructed out of the finest uranium that Aurora has to offer.
Oh, Avo, please, stop whatever sick and twisted game you are playing on me. If it's all those times I did bad deeds, then I am sorry, okay? I am sorry I lied to the Guildmaster. I am sorry I insulted that one dude Maze saved from Oakvale. I am sorry that I brag and am just generally egotistic about my achievements. And I am sorry I spied on those female servants changing clothes at the Guild of Heroes. Please, just forgive me and let me live through this. Yuck! What in the world did I just eat?
When the launch sequence is initiated, the missile will be prepped and ready to launch from Bargate Prison, with this exact location being the coordinates of the attack.
Hey, kid. You're probably a little smarter than this tough old sack of red meat. Do you understand anything that this lunatic is ranting on about?
I am probably the smartest person in this room, and yet I don't even know what a single word you said even means.
I forgot that everyone in this room is an absolute imbecile. Very well. Allow me to explain in a way you will get it. I have giant projectile. When it hits Courtroom, everything in Albion go boom, flat like a pancake. One giant crater with nothing left. Do you idiots get it now?
That is like some Dr. Evil tier shit right there.
So much is at stake here. It's almost like we are in a movie.
It's not like it matters now anyways. The cat is out of the bag, and everyone knows about my secret plot to obtain the Sword of Aeons. I am all out of options, so there is no other choice for me to make than to end it all. You know, act like Albion never existed in the first fucking place.
From the sounds of things, it appears you have brought a weapon into the courtroom. I cannot allow this. Warden, if you could please carefully confiscate that device for me.
Back off, you cretin. I pay your salary just as much as he does.
Damn, that's a good point. I'm just going to, walk over here now.
That's more like it. You see, Judge, I have you on a technicality. What I possess on my person is not the weapon. It is merely just a mechanism to trigger the launch sequence. There is legally nothing you can confiscate from me. I've got you this time, William Black.
Let me get this straight, just so we are on the same page here. Did this madman really say that he has some giant bomb, and he plans to kill everyone in Albion with it?
Hey Jack, I am just curious. If we destroyed the device, then would that stop this launch sequence that you were referring to?
At least someone is trying to use their brain today. Unfortunately for everyone in this room, however, that is not how this works. Once the button is pressed, it is as inevitable as the dirt getting underneath your fingernails. Oops, my metal gauntlet appears to have slipped on the button. Silly me.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ah, DEFCON 1 is such a beautiful sound.
Oh, sweet Avo. We are all going to die. I mean, we were all going to die anyways if Jack of Blades got his hands on the Sword of Aeons, but somehow this seems way worse.
Thunder, is this really the end for us?
Don't worry, Whisper. Whatever Jack of Blades has in store for us, I am sure I can protect you from it. Just like the Krakens that I fought on our way to Albion.
Hey, I was sort of getting tired of this whole living thing anyways. It would be refreshing to finally be free of this mortal coil.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
This freak has lost his damn mind. What do? We are heroes. We can't just keel over and die like this.
What in the world possessed Jack of Blades to arm a nuclear warhead? I bet everyone made fun of his two masks again. It wouldn't be the first time that mad lad has tried to make this world burn. That means it is up to me to stop all of this. I just have to change the story and not mess it up this time. Oh, sweet Avo. The anxiety is killing me already. I can't even write anything down. What is wrong with me? Please, my creator, just give me a sign. A bright light, a voice in my ear, a breeze that pushes me into the right direction. Anything, literally anything, to help give me the confidence to go through with this. Wait a second. What is happening? Is this what I asked for? Am I dead? Did the nuke already hit us? Oh man, this is some trippy, hippie stuff. It kinda reminds me of my apprentice days, when I ate blue mushrooms with my friends. Those were the days. I wonder how much longer this is meant to go on for. Oh, it appears we have stopped. I guess this means we have reached our destination. Who in Scorm's name are you guys meant to be?
Do not fear, my child, for we are your creators. We mean you no harm.
Right. Well, I definitely must be on something.
Your judgment is clouded, my child. So you are not suffering any form of hallucination. We have merely sent you to our dimension so that we may speak in private.
Well, I kind of feel like a bit of a dick now. As the creators, don't you guys have other more important things to do than talk to little old me?
This is not true, Weaver. We need to speak to you for the sake of the universe we have created.
What in the world, or better yet, what in the universe am I supposed to do about it? I am just an old man with a book and a quill.
Weaver, it is us, your creators. I am Dean Carter, the man responsible for pretty much everything you see in the world. This is my brother, Simon Carter. He is responsible for most of the back-end stuff that makes the universe actually function.
Hey there, how's it going?
And this is legendary game designer Peter Molyneux. You know, the god game guy. Shit! Russell Shaw was also meant to join us. You know, the guy who is responsible for all the outstanding music you hear when you walk through Albion. But he is probably busy working on someone else's video game by now. Anyways, what is important is that we put you in your spot for a reason. Think of all this as your destiny. We chose you as the narrator because we knew you could do it.
Wait a second. So, are you trying to tell me that the three of you planned for all of this to happen?
That is exactly it, my child. Your destiny was preordained.
Well then, in that case, why did you guys just not create Jack of Blades? It would have saved us a lot of trouble, you know.
Well, I mean, we didn't really create doom and destruction on the planet on purpose. We love Albion. We want to see it flourish.
If anything, we gave all of you the tools to make the world a better place. But some people, if you can even call them that, choose to abuse those tools. Their insatiable avarice drains the world of all its potential, which leaves you guys to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, in a way, it is you guys who created war and misery. Hell, we didn't even plan for any of that to happen, when we created all the flowers, the butterflies, and the bunny rabbits. We thought that you guys would get the picture and share this beautiful experience together. I don't know. Maybe we are the idiots for expecting that much from your species?
Don't mind those guys, they mean well. They just sort of get carried away if you talk about the thing that they created.
If you guys are the creators, and you didn't create Jack of Blades, then why is he in our world? It makes no sense that you would have no control over how he was created if you guys, well, created everything.
I know it makes no sense in your small four-dimensional brain, but trust me, Weaver, we aren't some magical hand of Providence. There are rules for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could blame me, really, even if it was just an accident. You see, Jack of Blades is actually just a bug, a side effect left in by my spaghetti code. We didn't create Jack. He kind of just showed up one day as a result of every person's negative thoughts. Since we created it in a time period from before you could even update most games, our hands were tied. We were sort of forced to leave him in at that point, or else we risked ruining the entire universe that we created.
I can remember at first we thought all of this was really funny, some Lovecraftian scarecrow with a funny accent is trapped inside his own pocket dimension. But then he eventually learned how to free himself and entered your dimension. That is when everything started to go downhill. Think of him as our antithesis. We create everything and he destroys everything.
You see, my child, this is why we chose you. This is why we created you, Weaver. When something goes wrong, you have the power in your hands to make it right. Don't do it just for us, your omnipotent and omniscient creators, but do it for your fellow man. Those same heroes that you vowed to guide and protect.
I don't know. That seems like a big responsibility for just one man.
Come on, Weaver. I didn't create you just so you could sit around and mope about it. I created you to act out your quest, your goal, your mission, your destiny.
He seems like an all-right bloke. I'm sure he will get the hang of it.
I know that when the time comes, you will do what is right for everyone.
Well, since I have all three of you here, and I probably won't have another chance like this in my life, can I ask, what is the purpose of life anyways?
Well, you might want to ask Dean about that one.
Yeah, there sort of is no answer to that one. I intentionally left it mysterious and open to interpretation so that people could come to their own conclusion. In a way, life is just what you make of it.
Well, we have to go now, Weaver. As you can imagine, other universes aren't going to create themselves. Remember, only you can stop Jack of Blades.
Wait, no, I'm not finished yet. How do I defeat Jack? Do I just change the story willy-nilly? Please, give me an answer.
Just have confidence, Weaver. Look deep down inside yourself and you will find the answer that you seek.
Nom, 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 nom.
Aha! Fable 4! Oh, it was just a weird dream. I should really stop eating cheese before I go to bed. Oh, shit. I totally forgot. The nuclear missile that Jack of Blades launched is heading straight for Bowerstone. What was it that those three bald guys said in my dream? Something about it being my destiny? I will be honest. I'm not sure what to do about this. I mean, I don't even know how a nuclear weapon functions. But I guess here goes nothing. Right. All right, Avarice. You can, transition to the next part of the video now. You don't need to stand there like a lemon and watch me write it all down. I am pretty sure that the story is going to progress either way.
Right, yeah. Sorry about that, Weaver. I was just checking to make sure the story goes how I wanted it to. There are some hiccups here and there, but it seems you play your role perfectly. Anyways, let's awkwardly transition to the next scene.
They aren't kidding when they said that time flies while you are having fun.
Launch sequence terminated.
Say what now?
Whisper? Do you know what is going on?
Not really, Big Brother. Although I did notice that the timer which Jack started earlier appears to have stopped.
What in Scorm's name? What the fuck is going on? How in the underworld is that even possible?
At least I know what the word terminated means. I am guessing the threat is finally over.
What the? How did this happen? Hero, is this your doing? Did you save us all just now? I see. Remind me never to get on your bad side. You sound very malicious and vindictive when you say it like that.
Come on, you worthless heap of metal. Do your fucking job. Launch the damn missile. Already. I have only ever lost anything once, and that was to your damn ancestor, William Black. I refuse to allow such a thing to ever happen again.
Warden, I do not care what the rules of the courtroom are. You need to confiscate that button before he has a chance to activate it again, or else we will all die.
Back off! I'm warning you!
I mean, regardless of if I listen to you or not, I'm gonna die anyways. I might as well take my chances and grab the button.
Fine, I will just turn you into ash with my otherworldly fireball spell. Why isn't it working? Come on! Shoot. A god. Damn. Purple. Fireball.
Yoink.
Hey, give that back.
Good job, Warden. You are definitely getting a pay rise this week, as long as you stop reading me that awful poetry that you keep writing.
This can't be happening. I spent centuries plotting and scheming, and now I am reduced to nothing more than a shadow with no powers. I would choose oblivion over this existence.
Hey. Ha-ha!
I believe a trial in Jack of Blades' circumstance is irrelevant. We have already established here how much all the evidence already incriminates him. Warden, if you could please, take this criminal to Bargate Prison and let him finally see what it is like when he is the one who is being tortured.
Don't think you have all seen the last of me. Especially you, Mr. Chicken Chaser. I will be back. I always come back. I will get my revenge on this entire Cumberworld and avenge the Knight and Queen of Blades. Mark my words, you wobbly bags of meat and liquid.
Thanks.
Mr. Chicken Chaser, I dare say that I am impressed. Never before have I seen someone complete their defense so quickly and capture the real suspect at the same time. Not only that, but you prove to Albion that sometimes even the greatest heroes can hold a dark and twisted secret. We must always remain vigilant and cautious, lest we also go down the path of temptation.
Thanks.
I appreciate the sentiment, Mr. Chicken Chaser, but there is no need. Justice is its own reward. Now then, I am finally ready to deliver my verdict. I find the defendant, Twinblade, King of the Bandits.
Yes. Wait, does that mean I am free to go?
Indeed it does, my good man.
Woohoo! Freedom! Yes, I now have a newfound respect for the law. Justice is real. I will embrace this victory and never commit a single bad deed again in my entire life. I feel like a kid again. Ha ha ha!
And with that, this court is adjourned.